Hello and welcome to another episode of The Three Schooners. My name's Isaac.
My name is David.
And my name is JJ, and finally we get to start this week's episode. What a kerfuffle it's been, Mr.
I mean, JJ, you could have been quicker, mate. We set a time, we expect you to be on time.
So if David's dead by the time this comes out, in 4 hours' time, the boys are making us record it 4 hours before it's meant to go out, so editing's great.
He's so whiny with this.
Oh my God.
Whiny JJ.
Mate, let's press a few buttons. You press a few buttons, and then...
So, ladies and gentlemen, you'll notice it's only Isaac and I on this week's episode. This week's episode is all about what to get a guy for Christmas, what to get gentlemen such as ourselves for Christmas.
Because we are difficult, aren't we?
Dave, do you know what's difficult? You're difficult. So before we do that, guys, let's get on the beers.
Rapidly get on the beers. That's your civic duty. That's what's most important, and that's what must be done. Beers, beers, beers. Get on the beers, 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 and that's what must be done.
You gotta do the dance, JJ. It gets you ready. Yes,
He's being grumpy, JJ, today. Oh, I've got 4 hours to edit.
All right. You know what's gonna make you not grumpy? Having a beer. So, JJ, what beer have you got this week?
Ladies and gentlemen,
there we go.
It's been gone for a while. I got into trouble for buying them because they're spenny. But we have a Desperado back. We've got them back. We've got them back.
Thank God.
Can you just say who informed you that they were back in town?
Yasmin, my lovely missus, informed me that they were back in town.
Absolute blatant lie.
The man down at Ackland Street Cellars phoned me directly.
You should definitely have a call order, I'm sure.
How you 100%. Don't have like discount with them or whatever is you just get mugged off every week, man.
I do spend a lot of money on
The only reason they stock Desperados is you still haven't got a discount.
Just the Desperado discount. Just a card.
JJ, how long have you been
drinker?
Yeah, how long have you been buying Desperados from them?
About a year.
You're getting fucked over, mate.
I actually hate to think how much money I've spent in that shop. It's a terrifying amount. Shout out to Ackland Street Cellars. I'm definitely going to tag in this episode now. What have you got, Dave, to drink?
I have got a little can from Hop Nation Brewing Company. Called the Heart Pale Ale, which, I mean, it's you see that? It's meant to look like a hop, but it's actually a heart. It's actually kind of really disgusting logo, but, you know, hey-ho, I'm manly. It doesn't faze me. So yeah, I'm drinking that. And the backstory to this is, as some of the listeners will know, me and Isaac have been working at like a aged care type facility thing. A temporary thing, and it all finished up. The contract finished up recently, and one of the nice ladies, Kate, gave me these beers as a thank you for your efforts.
Oh, there better be a thank you gift waiting for me in the office because I wasn't able to go to that Christmas.
No. There was, but not anymore.
Cunts. You're all cunts. I'm getting my beer. Well, I don't care about your Hop Nation nice beer. I've got a good old fashioned South of Somewhere. Yeah.
Oh my God, it's back.
South of Somewhere, where the light golden in color with a medium malt back. I'm not even going to do it. It's not worth it.
A high school student did the logo as a project.
It actually does look like that.
It does. I passed art. Pass. No grades, just pass.
Hi, South of Somewhere. Look at this logo. I made you. I make things. Ta-da.
Well, luckily, our designer is currently hungover as shit, so yes, we will use this. Well, cheers, boys.
Cheers, fellas. Cheers. There you go.
Beer back in Melbourne.
Lovely. Oh, yeah. From your holiday.
When I took that beer out of the fridge, it was cold as hell. And now, because I had to wait so long in Mr. Moore here, it's very warm.
There we go. It's always my fault.
You know what? You take so long that it's going to be bloody Christmas by the time we get this out.
What a segue.
What a segue. He doesn't even listen to what I say.
Dave just wants to one up the joke. He's like, no, but my joke's better. You ignore your segue for the purpose of the podcast, just to make a shit joke. Go on, Dave. Go on. You know what else?
You said long, and I'm growing my hair long. There we go.
Fuck off.
Do you know what else is long?
I'm going to have long hair.
In the Northern Hemisphere when it comes up towards Christmas. So, guys, this week's episode is all about what you get a guy for Christmas. And the reason that this episode came up is actually Elise, Dave's missus.
Yes, she suggested it whilst me and JJ were very drunk, and we were like, that's a brilliant idea. And then today we were like, what are we going to talk about? And we completely forgotten about it. So and I remembered in a blink of an instant. So yeah,
we blink of an instant.
Blink of an instant. Wow.
Have you been drinking already?
Yeah. I did have dinner. I had a lovely glass of wine with dinner. Probably too many glasses.
And for those who haven't met Dave, he is very small. So one glass of wine means
steady on. Steady on, mate.
Very small.
That's what Elise tells me.
All right. Okay. Oh. So if we ever meet any other fan, you're the small one. Oh, nice to meet you.
The small one. Could you imagine if that was what you were known as part of the group?
I mean, if I got
one to the small one.
If I got known as the small one, I'm doing all right for a platform that goes out to thousands of viewers. You know, if I don't get known as anything worse, then I'm pretty happy with that. Anyway, I'm talking
racist
to
Dave.
No, that is not a thing. That's not a thing. Dave.
For context, he wasn't racist.
I meant to say malaria. I said Malaysia. All right, it was one time. It was one time.
Now, Dave, you do actually have some quite exciting news at the end of this podcast, I believe, that you've not told people, but we'll wait till the end because that is a bit of a Christmas gift to yourself, really, isn't it?
I mean, through hard work and stuff. But yeah.
I get given to you. So talking about things getting given to you, presents, right?
Presents.
Yeah.
What would you like as a kid? Well, let's go first. When you were a kid, can you remember your favorite ever Christmas present?
I actually can't because I can't remember my best, but I can remember what I wanted. I am severely disappointed.
Here's the thing: kids are incredibly easy to buy for because they'll fucking tell you. They won't hesitate in fucking telling you. Yeah, and it's you get past like I don't know. I'd say you get past the age of 25, and then you just become difficult. It's where I notice Christmas becomes shit when you just start giving. So when you're a kid, you buy your dad like a Link set from fucking.
No, I was going to bring this
Lynx
up.
Africa.
Yeah, if I do not get a Lynx Africa gift set, I'm going to be so annoyed.
Yeah, so you start getting like Lynx Africa or socks or whatever, and you give that to your dad because you don't know what to do. And then you get to an age where people start buying that for you, and you're like, fuck, I'm old now. This is it. This is Christmas for the rest of my life.
Do you think it's us trying to be, nice and humble and being like, oh no, I don't actually want anything for Christmas, or is it that we are taught to, not to ask for anything, but we actually do want stuff, but we don't want to be that guy that's like, buy me a 75-inch 4K 120 hertz TV, please.
Well, I was going to go on.
That was a little hint for Yasmin, by the way.
Yeah, I was going to
make note of all those numbers. 120 hertz. Just saying.
I'll come back to that point later. But to answer the original question, when I was a kid, my favorite toy, I just remember playing with it for hours and hours and hours and hours. Was this like, do you remember Power Rangers?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've still
got Power Rangers had those machines, didn't they? And they'd all link together. Whatever they were. Yeah. And they'd all link together to make a giant dinosaur or whatever.
It's called a Megazord, Dave. Fucking Jesus.
I'm just trying to play cool. Of course I know the names. Go green Power Ranger. Yay. And so I got the white Power Ranger. Because
racist Dave.
Yeah, well, there was a black Power Ranger. And there was
pink power, green power. Go. Wait a minute.
From the original series, and it came in the movie and into season 2. Just saying, Dave.
I just remember Billy the blue Power Ranger,
and then he became the red, and then he became
they always anyway.
Did they not end up? I'm like a Power Rangers cursed. There's a Power Rangers curse where they all end up dying. Like, actually look it up.
Oh, yeah, I've heard
real
of
life.
this. Yeah. Like, if you're a Power Ranger actor, like, bad shit happens to you. Like, one of them, like, lost his mind and murdered his missus and shit like that. It's a thing. Anyway,
it's a curse.
I got the white Power Ranger, which was like an eagle, and it obviously clearly clipped onto the back of something, but I never got the other part, so I'll never know what it clipped onto. Probably another Power Ranger thing.
Well, if you watch the TV show, it's very obvious what it clips onto.
Anyway, I played with that for hours. I'd run around our house, flying it, going, and then it crash into things and stuff. Be like, yeah. Anyway, moving on.
Do you want to know what I wanted more than anything ever in the world? And before I tell you, I'm going to tell you instead, I got a skateboard. Okay, so I got a skateboard.
Most Australian present ever.
Yeah, but what I asked
I got a shark
Santa,
attached to a surfboard.
but what I actually asked for from Santa and waited up all night for was a Back to the Future hoverboard.
Oh, super.
So I woke up in the morning to a skateboard. I was like, what the fuck is this? This isn't Santa fucking sucks. Legit, you can ask anyone in my family. It's like a story that's being passed on every year about how I was just this brat kid because I wanted a fucking hoverboard and a bloody skateboard.
And so you're telling me that you fucking lost your shit because Santa had somehow not found out how to fucking defy physics yet.
Speaking of Santa,
They can make the reindeers fly.
Yes.
They can't make my hoverboard fly.
Speaking of Santa, someone told me something. He was like, he's the most inefficient worker ever because in the films, he'll go to a house, go down the chimney, deliver the presents, and then go back up the chimney. What does he do after that? The logic would say, you go fucking next door, but he doesn't. He flies off. He's got to come back to the house later.
It's not even that. Like, surely
No
it'd be
wonder
much
it
easier
takes him all night.
just going in the door, go, right, presents, let's walk back out the door, not climb up a fucking chimney.
It's just like a giant bazooka, like a present zooka, and just perfectly gets it down all the chimneys.
What, and you just made, I thought you were saying just through the windows, all the double glazing,
Yeah.
all the window companies just rubbing their hands the next day.
He owns the window covers.
It's all a conspiracy, Dave. All of it. Oh, what about you, JJ? What was your favorite present as a youth?
Oh man, I had one present. So my Mrs. Jasmine is probably the best person when it comes to presents ever. She's so good at them. For my birthday one year, she got me a trumpet. That was a bad choice. Just walked about playing the trumpet at 3 a.m. No one. I didn't enjoy it, but I had to. It's still sitting in the studio in Glasgow somewhere.
just 3 o'clock in the morning. Do you regret it now, Yasmin? Do you regret it now?
I tried to teach myself Happy Birthday. Didn't go well. Very difficult instrument, but I liked it because it's a one-handed instrument most of the time. But when I was a kid, I loved Scalextrics. Like, you know, the little cars.
Yeah.
Scalextrics was
Cars
cool,
and
man.
the little
Yeah. So I
remember
always
Hot
went on about
Wheels?
it. Yeah, but Scalextrics was better than Hot Wheels.
Do you reckon?
No, sorry, you know what? I put them quite on par with each other.
Hot Wheels were just cars, though. Like, and
Yeah, but
they
they
had
had those
trolls
little
them.
spinner things. You know, you could go through the little accelerator thing.
Yeah.
And then you'd set it up so that you'd angle it at someone's head and see if it hit them.
10 points.
You put your sister in a coma.
Do not collect $200.
Your uncle who falls asleep on the couch with his mouth open. Get it in his mouth. Get it in his mouth.
Taking his teeth out. Sorry, mate.
That's how we do it in Glasgow.
Yeah, mate.
Take his fucking teeth out.
You don't have teeth past the age of 14 anyway. Just fun fact for people. In Scotland, it used to be like an actual gift when people got married that you would rip their teeth out and give them wooden teeth so they wouldn't have to worry about dental problems in the future. That didn't go away that long ago.
Is this a lie? Is this one?
No, that's a real thing. That's a honest to God real thing. Yeah.
Okay.
I believe it.
I don't know. He's come out with facts before and it's questionable.
Some of them I just lied straight out and see if anyone calls me out on it.
Yeah.
This one isn't. But yeah, Yasmin bought me Scalextrics maybe 3 years ago. And it was great. It's honestly, like, I just love firing them at walls. Just set up your track, make sure it's nice and straight, have a slight turn at the end so that the circuit is complete, and just fire it at a wall. See if you can put it through the drip rock.
We can be very.
Your parents must love you.
Us as males,
25.
us as males can be very easy to buy before, but we can also. I don't know about you, but I get to an age where Elise is like, "What do you want for Christmas?" I'm like, "Nothing. No, just
See,
whatever's
for me,
easiest."
I have always, like, since a very young age, I've always said, and it's just the spoiled brat in me, that Christmas isn't Christmas unless you've got something electronic bought for you. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's a fucking FM radio, but I just need something that I put back.
That's because you're very
before you say anything,
tech aligned.
Yeah, I do love tech. I do. And I think this year, what if any girls are listening to this looking for a present for a guy, a PS5 is something you will not be able to buy because there's none left.
One of my mates uploaded.
late.
One of my mates, Michael Bristow, if you're here listening to this, he uploaded his status and he was like, "This is fucking harder than getting a Turbo Man, this shit. Just try to get a PS5.
Turbo Man. What was that? Was it Jingle All the Way, that film?
Was it?
Great.
Yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, good one.
And he's
Every
trying
Christmas.
to get that.
Amazing.
Yeah. And he ends up dressing up like him and is in a parade or something like that.
Yeah, he ends up actually being Turbo Man.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Memories. But yeah, I mean, earlier you mentioned something like, I want this and I want that. What I do now is, which is kind of takes out the surprise, but it doesn't. But I'll make a wish list of what I want if Elisa's pestering me. And then I'm like, I don't want all of that, but if you pick certain things from that, and it's just a look at the draw.
Yeah, if you pick like
get.
99% of it, it'll be fine.
Yeah. And you'll survive another year.
Jesus, that was sinister.
Space has no domestic violence, by the way.
Domestic violence, Dave. You've changed
It's your
name
new
now, Dave.
thing, Dave.
I don't want that title, please.
You want racist Dave back?
Oh, I don't know. You're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't.
What about racist domestic violence, Dave?
I
You can
know.
combine.
This is not a thing. People, if we ever actually got real famous with this, just you two be like, oh,
Yeah, and someone will go back to episode 6 and be
Yeah.
like, Dave's racist. Tear him
See you
down.
in the street.
Boycott Dave.
you're JJ. Oh, yeah, I really love the podcast. That Dave, fucking knob him. And then meanwhile, I'm walking down the street getting spat at.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'd love to, I just really want to give a shout out. We've mentioned it already, but to the Lynx Africa gift set. Now, this is obviously a gift set that initially no one wanted, but now it's such a staple of Christmas that if you don't get a Lynx Africa gift set, something's gone wrong, right? Someone somewhere has messed up. Lynx Africa gift set, no one wants it, but we all need it. You know what I mean?
Isn't that great? It's not even intentional marketing from their behalf. It's like everyone acknowledges that their present's so fucking shit. It's actually became desirable. Lynx must be going. We're going to ruin so many people's Christmas. Just watch the money roll in, boys. Watch it roll in.
The Lynx bosses are like, guys. We've sold fuck all Lynx Africa this year. It's all right. It's December. Wait till you see those sales go through the roof, mate. We could provide enough Lynx Africa for the whole continent of fucking Africa. We have got the stuff.
I love it. Like, though, you get it. It's like Africa. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Africa doesn't smell like that.
Well, have you been? Long pause.
Oh, I think my internet's gone a bit weird here. I was just saying Africa doesn't smell like that.
Well, yep, we did hear that, and we said, "Have you been?"
Oh, have I been? No, never.
Then why would you assume
Racist Dave strikes again.
smell that good? You don't think it could smell as good as every teenage locker room? Come on.
Sorry, mate. I don't see fucking lions in the safari fucking putting wet Brill cream in the hair.
That's a different make. Jesus.
And this week, our podcast is sponsored by Wet Brill Cream.
Oh my God. Right, so
Maybe they should call me the funny one. Yeah, I'll be called the funny one.
Racist Dave will stick. So I've got an auntie who isn't an auntie. It's just like my mum's friend who's always been there. So she's my Auntie Aileen. And she bought me every single year, Cool Water by Davidoff, the aftershave.
Yeah. I went for a phase of that.
I hate it with a passion. Like, I can't explain the hatred I have for that smell. I despise it. But for some reason, my mum kept telling her that I loved it. So she... And it wasn't even like the little bottles. It was like, it was almost like a liter of the stuff. And I'm going, jeez. And I'd use none of it. And the next year I got another one, but I can't throw them out because I've got a thing about aftershave bottles and I like to have them because they all look really cool. So I just had this collection of Cool Water. And I had to trade my mum's boyfriend, Eric, of his after. I was like, listen, mate, right? I've got enough Cool Water here to fill a bath, right? What have you got that I can swap you with? It's only last year that I had the balls to stand up and go, I fucking hate Cool Water. But Manny's this kind of woman that she goes, do you fucking hate Cool Water, do you? You're getting a tour of the fucking factory. Here we go.
That's literally my aftershave collection. I don't think I've
Cool Water.
No. I don't even know what Cool Water is.
Your aftershave collection's behind you. I can see Jaeger, Bombay Sapphire.
Yeah, pretty much. It sweats out of the pores. It's natural. Right? But legit, I don't think I've bought aftershave since I was 12.
Here's a question. Are any of those bottles actually full?
Them.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah, Bombay Sapphire is full.
All of them have alcohol, except that Havana Run has about a shot.
No, Jim Beam looks empty as hell.
No, it's got about a fifth.
I love how your background. I love how your background changes every week. There was like
because the camera. For those that are listening and can't see, by the way, I've got a bottle of red, a bottle of Russian vodka that my Russian night shift guy gave me, Bombay Sour, a weird carafe with Aldi brandy in it. Which
Bombay Sour? Did you just say?
Bombay Sapphire.
I thought you said sour.
No, was the Russian night manager Vladimir?
Yeah, Vladimir.
What a guy!
What a guy!
Vladimir Putin. Jesus,
the nicest.
He used to work for me.
He's the nicest Russian I've ever met. He's also the only Russian I've ever met. So.
At the same time, the worst.
He's engaged or married or something. I don't fucking know.
He had to get home quickly. Some would say he was Russian.
I'm out.
Leave the jokes to me, mate.
Okay.
All right. If we're going to talk actual advice, though.
Oh yeah,
this is
Do you reckon people listen to our podcast and they're like, I'm going to listen to this for advice, and then they just like, well, that was a waste of an hour and a half of my life.
They talked about everything but the advice.
we did another episode.
10 minutes.
We did another episode a while ago. It was like, right, we're going to give people advice on this. We did everything but give people advice on that subject. I can't remember what it was.
I think it's getting money in COVID or something.
Like, honestly, at that point, it's their own fault. Like,
you should know
they want to listen to us. That's their problem, not ours. But yeah, actual advice.
So, all right, here's my go-to thing, especially with couples or other halves or something.
Tell them what you want. Real easy. Fucking simple.
Nah.
Yeah.
Fuck that. No.
It's so easy. So me, Yasmin and I.
No.
Okay, good. Give me your advice first.
Right.
The single man telling me the couple's advice. Go for it.
I never know what the fuck I want, right? I haven't wanted something for
fucking dandy doodle minute
10,
here.
15 years, right? If I want something, I'm going to fucking buy it. And I never want anything. So once a year, I'll be like, yeah, I'm going to pay for something, right?
Uh-huh.
But
Isaac, just before we continue, is your nose bleeding?
My nose.
It looks kind of like
it's just the way you shave for a
dark.
bit.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. My advice is if they want you to smell a certain way, or if they want you to wear a certain thing, then instead of nagging you about wearing that thing or smelling that way, just give it to them for Christmas. And then you're sorted.
Do you know what you were saying then? Because you were saying just tell them. Women should because men are we're fucking stupid. So you should just tell us what you want. Because Elise, for her birthday, said, get me something memorable. So I got her a fucking skydive and she's never fucking forgotten that one.
I remember.
I was like, I've got you a skydive. She's like, you got me a what? I was like, got you a skydive. She's like, ta-da, it's going to be memorable. And then we land on the ground after falling out of the fucking sky, and there's Air just in tears, pale as ever. I was like, "Did you enjoy that?" No, never do that again, ever. So it's a piece of advice. Women, just let us know what you want.
Yeah.
Do the wish list, just let us know. Because otherwise you'll get a fucking sky top. Yaz
and I literally sit down with each other and we go, right, let's not mess about what you want for Christmas. And this is what I'm wanting for Christmas. Just get we only choose one thing and that is it. And we're happy. Done. Simple.
No surprise though.
I mean, the surprise is that, you know, that she still likes me for some reason after it. So
I know, I struggle with you.
So we do that.
Well, Christmas is about giving. It's about giving family and sharing.
This is something I wanted to talk about.
Marketing.
It's Christmas.
Coca-Cola making shitloads of money.
Christmas is about getting fucking smashed in the middle of the day and no one being able to say anything about it. My dad was here last Christmas. I had a migraine at the start of the day. Very painful thing. Only had like 3 in my life. Got one on Christmas Day. Was not happy. Went to sleep for a bit. Woke up. Went to Crown Casino. Got absolutely wrecked. 2 in the afternoon. Smashed. Me and my dad and Yasmin and my mate Daryl. Crown Casino. Gone. Didn't go to bed till like 4 or 5 in the morning. Great. Love it. That's what Christmas is about.
I have never been drunk on Christmas in Australia.
What the fuck? You, the world's most drunk man. What are you talking about?
Also, runs a podcast which is to do with fucking drinking.
Because just like Dave, I think Christmas is about giving and family and all of those words.
I just said that to sound great to our listeners.
I legitimately, I see my family. I always drive. We maybe have a beer. They'll drink.
Tipple.
So your mum and sister listen to this podcast?
Yep.
Yep. Hello, Isaac's mum and sister. You're the reason he's sober during Christmas and can't enjoy himself because you won't drive him. You're the reason, and I think you should offer to drive him this year so he can get drunk. And if you don't, you're a bad family, and that's not what Christmas is about. It's okay, Isaac. I got you, mate. Got it sorted.
I can't wait for the day this to come out and then you just hear on the door.
What you mean in 3 hours' time?
Yeah. But it's less than that now, mate. Yeah, just a knock on the door. You fucking what, mate? He is fucking driving us this Christmas and no one's going to tell us different.
So I get drunk before and after.
Yeah. What do you mean you get drunk before driving? Don't do that.
No. Christmas Eve. Last Christmas Eve, I hosted a bingo. That was superb.
Christmas Eve I get to host trivia this Thursday. Again.
Yeah, I'm not going to come support you.
Yeah, you are. You told me very specifically today that you are.
Mm-hmm.
So if anyone is listening to this in Melbourne, I will be at Lost and Found.
Which is a great bar, just been refurbished.
It's looking lovely. I'll be at Lost and Found. They're doing happy hour from 7 till 9 and then 9 o'clock trivia starts. And I'll ask you some questions that you may or may not know the answer to. And it all uses your phone, so there's no like writing down and all that.
What time is it? 9?
It starts at 9, yeah.
Yeah, I'll be late.
There's a shocker. But yeah, like something that we'll touch on later on is that things are back, guys.
Mm.
Things are back.
Mm-hmm. It's been a bit of a roller coaster. That if you are one of our few regular listeners, which I'm presuming it's only us who listen anymore.
It's three listeners, just us.
Yeah. It's been a bit of a roller coaster. That like if you started listening to our podcasts, they start in lockdown, and then we're like, will it happen? Won't it happen? And now we're free and can't wait to go.
It's like a really shitty sitcom where it's like, will they get together or not? Find out next week on Melbourne Fucking Sucks.
I love. We did one episode all together and we chose to be separated after that.
Yeah. I can't explain how hard that was to edit. Like I cannot explain. But you know what? It's coming. It's coming. Do you know what else is coming? Holidays are coming. Christmas is happening. There's a segue. Getting back to this, okay? I find it hard personally to buy presents for parents That's a hard one.
Oh, it's so specific. I think you could have generic parent presents, but then
like a laminated version of your birth certificate. That's what I give my mum every year. You did this.
I could imagine you would. Do you actually?
No, of course I don't, but I should though.
I'm going to do that.
Every year. There you go. Just a reminder.
Just you gift wrapped.
Yeah, I am a gift. I think things to get. My dad's really easy. Like he loves golf. I just get him golf things.
Yeah, I find that like my dad's quite difficult, but I know he likes to drink, so he gets a bottle of booze every year. But every year I'm like, I want to give him more, and then I'm like, nah, I'll just get you a bottle of booze. Fuck yeah.
That's good when they've got like a hobby, right? If they've got no hobbies,
that's called alcoholism. That's not a hobby. That's a problem.
Alcohol connoisseur. I assume you get nice booze. Do you get nice booze?
Yes.
There you go. Done. That's alcohol connoisseur. If it's anything from that shelf,
put it this way. He doesn't get fucking south of fucking somewhere. I'll tell you that.
What do you mean? South of somewhere is a lion golden in colors.
I want you to get that tattooed on you.
The whole quote, but in Arabic.
Where are you going to get it
tattooed?
tattooed?
You don't want to know.
Where are you going to get it tattooed? Or just south of somewhere? South of my nose. I don't know.
I hope that one slipped under. There we go.
I heard that racist Dave once again.
You didn't. Surely not.
I did. It's like used to be.
What does it say?
I can't tell you.
South of somewhere.
South of somewhere.
It was an ex-girlfriend's name, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't. No.
Her name was weirdly Sarah somewhere.
Anyway,
Christmas presents. Woo! Right. We talked about the whole thing's about getting lads presents, and all we talked about was boyfriends. What do you just get a normal lad that's not your significant other?
AKA Isaac, who's got no significant other.
We're going to buy Christmas presents for you probably this year. So what do we get Isaac?
Yeah,
this podcast is all about what do you get Isaac?
Imaginary version.
Why is he taking his headphones off?
Of me.
Oh, jeez.
Why did you just take your headphones off, spin around, and put them back on?
Because I was like on show.
Okay, that worked differently in your head. First,
because we've actually got that recorded, so we can look back at it.
There's me reviewing it, like, I still don't get what was going through his head at that moment.
What do you mean review it? We've got 3 hours to put it out. It's not getting reviewed. Fuck.
We do need to do highlights again.
Yeah, we do. We've got listener mail this week.
I posted and I didn't look at it.
No, but we do have listener mail. Oh, sorry, we have a male listener this week.
Oh.
Yeah, we'd never. Please write into us because do you know what the problem is? I've realised I don't actually know the password for the email address.
Oh, no one emails anymore. Fucking, if you got something to say, just Insta us. Come on.
Okay, yeah, we could do that.
What? They're gonna send us emails.
We had a few things this week from Insta. A few people tagging us and things and such. Just being nice people. That was nice. Crack a can.
They were all like, remember them guys? Do you remember when they used to have a podcast?
So yeah, this is something I wanted to touch on. But I think we said we are going to do a whole episode on Christmas in the UK versus Australia.
Yeah. We'll
so I'm not going to touch on that. We'll do that another time. Mm-hmm. Surprise.
I think, okay, so going to your thing of what do you buy for an average male? Okay, well, first you should make more effort and find out what their actual interests are. But for me, if I was an average male, which I'm not,
he's small.
You can't go wrong with. I believe in fashion. So I believe in fashion and stuff like that, and being a gentleman, things like that. So things that educate someone can't go wrong. And I don't mean go out and get them some fucking long ass, hard to digest thing. Just short, like you could get those gimmicky books of like how to tie a tie or something, or what aftershaves go well, or
this is literally the most boring list of presents I've ever heard. What are you talking about? Isaac, what was your thoughts on that? What was your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, that's pretty shit.
I really hope you haven't got me that for Christmas, Dave.
I've got you, fuck off.
You dirty bastard. Well, I think fun things are, first of all, cannot go wrong with a good case of beer.
Can't.
Good case of Desperados. Good case of, if anyone's out there.
No.
Case of Desperados. Other things such as aftershave isn't a bad gift. I will say that.
It's just very common.
It's very common, but some people get the nice one. Sauvage, great aftershave. Big fan of it.
But there's so many. So how do you know what is a good one?
I don't think everyone has their scent like you do.
Exactly.
Dave's got his scent. So if you get him something else, he's going to be pissed off because
Dave's scent's called the Whirl.
Do you know what? It smells like fucking roses, mate. It's like Birkenhead. Have you ever been had?
I know this is going to sound really silly, but Zara, the clothes shop.
Yeah.
So this is what and I have the aftershave, so I do believe this. I heard that Ralph Lauren Polo Sport, which was hands down one of the loveliest smells I'd ever smelled in my life, they stopped making it, but they still had obviously the recipe for the aftershave. I heard that Zara bought it. And they sell it. We're back home. It was like £100 a bottle. They sell it for $15, and it smells outstanding. It's like called Night 2 or something like that. $15. Cannot recommend it enough,
mate. Some of those cheap aftershaves are actually outrageous.
Amazing.
Like David Beckham does his range of aftershaves. They're fucking incredible, and they cost like, I don't know, over here maybe $50, $40, as cheap as like.
Right. If that's cheap, what do you normally spend for your aftershave?
What is it? Creed. Now I'm going to go by UK prices here. Creed, the bottle is like
I'll do a search for you, mate.
Yeah, no joke. See if I get this right. Creed is like that big. And I swear to God, it's like £200 for
and that's what you wear?
No, I never even bought that. But Creed smells absolutely divine, but it's so expensive for what it is.
Okay, here we go. In Australia, 100 ml bottle, which isn't big, 100 ml.
Tiny.
That's tiny.
$421.
Yeah. It's a joke.
What's it made out of? What is possibly in there that smells so? Is it like just fucking pure pheromones?
It's just like it does smell divine, but and then someone was like, it's that powerful that if you have it on your clothes and you wash your clothes, when they come out of the wash, they'll still have the smell of it on. That's someone told me that. I don't know if that's proven, unless you douse the whole fucking clothes in the whole bottle. But yeah, it's very, very expensive. And then this is the problem I have with that is, how do you put a fucking price on a smell?
My favorite thing in the whole world, my favorite thing in the whole planet is adverts on TV for aftershaves and perfumes, because they can't advertise the thing that it is. You can't get the smell over the TV. So it's absolutely pointless. The whole point of an aftershave or a perfume is the smell, but you cannot not get the smell from the TV. So what they do is they create the most fucking abstract thing on the planet. Here's a tiger holding diamonds. Suddenly it's changed into a carrot.
Ryan, I can recite the whole Old Spice ad.
Well, yeah,
Old Spice is different. That is different.
Old Spice, mate, I love Old Spice. Old Spice.
What was it? What was it? They did Old Spice.
Hello, ladies. Look at your man. Now back to me. Now back to your man. Now back to me. Sadly, isn't me. Stop using ladies at a body wash. Switch Old Spice. Good smell like it's me. Look down. Back up. I'm on a boat with the man. The man could smell that. Look at your hand. Where is it? Look at your hand. It's oysters. Look again. It's the fuck. What is it? Stick it in now diamonds. Fuck. I can't do that last bit. I lost it. Damn it.
Yeah, that was very good. It's
been too long.
Do you remember they did that one and then they got Terry Crews to do the next one and he's like wired to the drum kit and he's like...
Mate, I followed Old Spice and I was looking at their jobs, right? I was looking at their career page because I wanted to join their advertising team. Even though I was not any good, I was not creative, I wanted in. I wanted to be in that world somehow.
Old Spice, to credit to Old Spice, they've been going for fucking... a long
it's in the name, isn't it?
It's not called New Spice, is it?
Yes, it's not.
This is why you're not the funny one, Dave.
Yeah, okay.
Right, okay, guys, we're getting to the point. So I think, in conclusion, what we've came up with before we get to our news and things like that.
Don't get them Creed.
Don't give them Creed. Aftershave's a good shout. If you can, buy. Honestly, top tip. I'm just throwing this in now. Buy something ridiculous like a tiny little helicopter, remote control helicopter. They might cost like $80 or something. So much fun once you get the hang of it, and I highly recommend that. But I think what we've said here is alcohol and fecking aftershave. That is what we've came down to. Let's be honest.
I don't mind colourful socks.
Do you know what? I was going to say this earlier.
You never have. You always run out of socks. Always.
As I've got older, socks are like
a commodity.
Yeah.
What are you talking? You can go to fucking Kmart and buy them for $4.
But do you?
But do you? You never do.
Yes, I do.
Oh, I was wearing I counted. I threw away 14 socks with holes in them. Just before.
Also, learn to sew.
What, your socks?
It's called darning your socks. Yes.
What are you talking about?
So tight-fisted.
Darting your socks.
Darning. DARNI.
What are you talking about?
It's when you mend your socks.
Why are we talking the 1920s?
Is
Stop,
JJ?
You just said you go to Kmart and they're $4.
Is JJ like?
Also, stop throwing shit away when you don't have to. Right? We've only got one planet, and socks take up a lot of space.
Use it as a rag or something.
Face mask.
Oh, Dave.
Nah, cum sock, surely.
No, you went
there. We are. Your mum and sister are listening to this.
I didn't go there.
It's a joke from my 14-year-old days. 14-year-old days.
Oh, your mum knows. She cleans your socks, mate.
For anyone listening,
Isaac has left the building. Do you want to hear something fun that I learned this week? Just I said Isaac.
Yeah, let's learn that thing that you learned.
I just said Isaac's left the building. Do you know that? You know that whole statement? Elvis has left the building.
Yep.
He'd never done an encore, not once.
Is that where it comes from?
That's where it comes from. Also, he only ever done one international gig, and it was Canada. Never left the US.
And he died having a
really
shit.
Yeah, and it was because his manager got busted for something and couldn't get a visa or couldn't get a passport or something like that. So the manager couldn't go with him. So he convinced him to go into movies instead of going around the world playing music.
Was it Elvis? Was it Elvis who refused conscription?
No, he did go into the army.
Did he go into the army? Okay. I'm thinking
very famously, in fact, Dave. Like that's a very famous thing.
Who am I thinking of then? Muhammad Ali.
Muhammad Ali. It was Muhammad Ali. Yeah. Anyway, let's get to some news this week. So, in conclusion, guys, what we're saying is, for Isaac, get him some socks and or leggings. He enjoys them.
Yes, leggings. Get me. Three Schooners leggings. I need to make them.
Oh my god, that would be amazing.
So good.
I would.
By the way, anyone listening, if you do want some free Schooners merch, we do have the link on our Instagram. You just go on and you click the little link; it will take you to the page. And the T-shirt looks something like this.
Oh, good job, Dave.
Well, I'm the only one who fucking.
It was a good job until you spoke.
Yeah, so the T-shirt looks like this.
And this is the closed caption
version. Stop talking, you're doing it away from the camera.
Right. We're going to do the closed caption version for the people listening.
We need to do an
right, okay. No, I'll do it before he does it. Okay, so what's about to happen is Dave's going to talk, and then when he talks, the Zoom then takes the camera to the person that's speaking, which allows the people that are watching to see the T-shirt. So we can't speak for about 5 seconds. Dave
can describe. Describe the shirt whilst you stand up.
So the T-shirt looks like this, and it is honestly, the material is fucking superb. It fits nicely. Look at my muscles. Yeah, there we go. And it's white. It's a nice length, nice neck line, and it's got our lovely faces on it. And there you go. And it's very simple. So even if you wanted to wear a jacket over it, and you didn't want people to see the logo, it's a nice plain white tee. There you go.
Which no one would ever do because they want everyone to see.
Yeah, they want
the logo, obviously.
And guys, it actually helps us out. It'd be really nice just to see people wearing the T-shirts. That'd be lovely. So, news this week. Isaac, you've just came back from a place called Sydney.
Yes.
Why is it called Sydney?
Right. What? I don't know. Was I meant to rehearse this part of the news?
What do you mean, why is it called Sydney?
Well, just why is it called Sydney?
Who do you think discovered it, Dave?
Sydney.
Oh, okay.
Killed it. I don't know. I literally don't know. I'm going to look it up now. Okay?
Oh, mate, I thought we were leading in with some sort of knowledge bank that I was meant to know. I don't know, man.
It's just me being a fucking idiot.
I've got 2 possible news stories, but I don't want to use either of them until you guys both go.
Okay, I'll go first.
One of mine is one of yours, you know?
I'll go first. I wanted to use it. We haven't done this for a while.
We haven't informed the public.
I actually love this section.
It's also really good when we record on a Monday night because the news is more relevant. We should do this more often, right, JJ?
You can fuck off. So it's actually, Sydney's named after someone called Baron Sydney. It was called
Baron.
New Albion first.
Ooh, New Albion.
That sounds quite fancy, huh?
You know, Melbourne was originally going to be called like Batman.
Batmania.
Yeah, there's a place called Batman Park in Melbourne.
Yeah.
But you all pronounce
really
it Batman because you're fuckers.
I got
Why
really
don't you
excited.
embrace that? It really annoys me. Yeah, there's so many places around Melbourne called Batman something, but they pronounce it Batman because they don't want to embrace the Dark Knight.
Great trilogy. I watched Tenet the other night.
Yeah,
Right, I haven't seen it yet. We're moving on. I don't want to hear anything. I don't want to. Nah, I'm going to watch it sometime this week. And Dave, what's your news of the week?
So I've been wanting to do this for a while. This one. So some people. This is not new news. This is quite old, but it's fucking great. So my article I want to bring up is the which kind of links into what we said. There's an artist called Max Seidentopf. I think I'm saying that right.
I'm glad that you rehearsed that. Yeah.
Seidentopf. I think I'm going to say that. And he's a Namibian artist. Namibian. And he, somewhere in the, say it, JJ. The Namibian desert.
Namibian?
The Namib desert. I should have really practiced this.
Namibian?
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
Well, we've got the clip from this week, haven't we?
Yeah, and then the Namib desert. Namib. He has set up an installation somewhere in the desert. I imagine it's pretty big. He set up an installation of speakers that are solar powered, and they play Toto Africa.
That's
it's on loop. And it will keep going and going because it's on solar power until the speakers melt or whatever. But yeah, somewhere in that desert, which I'm not going to pronounce because I struggle with it.
Can you do it one more time?
Namib.
Go another one.
Namibian desert. Good old Max has set up speakers that just play dun 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 dun.
It's a great song.
Dun dun dun.
We're not doing this. We're not good enough harmonizing.
Wait, it's waiting there for you. Dun 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 dun. I'm gonna away from you. Anyway.
I just want everyone to be aware that I do not condone this.
You were doing it at the start.
Down in
All right, where we keep going? Right, so solar panels, speakers, bangers.
Can you imagine being stuck in the desert, right? You're running out of water, the Namibian desert, to be exact. You're running out of water and there's nothing around you. It's just dun, 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 dun.
And you hear it really far away and you get closer and closer and closer. You keep looking down.
And it's literally
speakers.
The words are literally just the rains down in Africa. It's like, fuck you. There is no rains in Africa.
You get that, you hear it on the winds, and you're like, oh my God, civilization, there must be someone there. And then you get and then you finally, and the music gets louder and louder, and then you get there, it's just a load of speakers and no water, and you're dying, you're like, no!
That's how you enter the afterlife. Fucking hell. You're right.
Okay, what have you got for this, Isaac? What have you got this week?
I mean, I've got 2, but I don't mind. One of mine could be the same as one of yours.
I am literally just picking it off the top of my head. So you.
Okay,
you
cool.
Go.
So let's go with the awesome news that got announced last night in Victoria by JJ's favorite person, Daddy Dan.
Daddy Dan.
Who is still super responsible for the second wave. But hey, that's a conversation for another time. But We've been told that a bunch of the caps have been lifted, a bunch of bar restrictions in terms of capacities, in terms of the amount of people in gyms, libraries, cinemas, all kinds of stuff is getting reduced by fucking tenfold in some places. For bars, it's 1 per 2 square meters with no caps, which is unreal for giant venues.
But it's sad because there's no caps.
Oh, there'll be caps. There'll be lots of caps. But the biggest news, I think, for us at least, is the discussion of, and it's been announced, it's as of last night, but we still don't know the rules really, but it is dance floors are coming back with 50 people on them, which is fucking insane, especially considering both of you guys are DJs, and I like to do a bit of club snogs. The club snogs on the DJ decks and on
don't
the dance floor.
snog the DJ. We don't want you to do that.
Mate,
Bet that you look good on the dance floor.
Absolutely.
Oh, it's gonna come on. And
so there's already bars all over the place chatting, doing things, planning things. There was a bar last night that did it. And I don't know how it went.
Do you want to? I don't know if this will happen, but JJ brought it up, and we are potentially looking at doing one little next level.
I've heard. Meeting was today, wasn't it?
I don't know. Was it?
I don't know.
Did you have a little meeting, Dave?
I didn't have a meeting. Maybe a meeting happened.
Oh, well, we will talk about this after this then. Interesting. Yeah, I'm buzzing, man. Like I got booked I've got 2 New Year's Eve gigs. One from 9 till 11, the other one 12 till 3. Down, where am I? Naughty Nancy's on Chapel Street, and then
Nancy's, Jimmy O'Neill's other venue.
Yeah. Then I'm at Jimmy O'Neill's. Yeah.
Nice.
Still to TBC with Naughty Nancy's. Still got to get that finalised, but looks like it could be a go. Yeah, I've got trivia starting again on Thursday. Hopefully we've got Next Level kicking off soon. Hopefully Veludo comes back in St Kilda soon.
They're also having a meeting sometime this week. And
I'll see.
A lot of we know a little bit too much, and we can be like,
however, if those venues did choose to do those events again, holy fucking shit.
I will promise to not punch any holes in any walls.
Well, considering they don't know that happens, if they listen to
I'm not saying what venue it is.
All right. Okay.
I will promise to not jump on any roofs.
Oh, that's a good shout. Yeah. That's a different venue. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I actually can't wait, mate. It's back, man. And there's just a buzz about the place. It's different. Yeah. And it's just... I hate what I'm about to say, but it's a vibe.
It's a fucking vibe, bro.
Oh man,
don't kill it.
Don't kill it. Like international flights started arriving from today. We had 5 come in today. Quarantine is now a whole different thing. You know, there's no private companies involved. It's the ADF that do it. I look at places like America. So fun fact, as of the 2nd of December, more people died in America, and this has increased since then, per day than what died in 9/11.
And look at COVID. How big of a deal 9/11 was for years after that.
Still, yeah. I can tell you a date and you go, I know what happened on that date. I don't tell you, the time that these 2 towers got attacked.
It's one of those things where I remember where I was and what I was doing and all that shit.
Me too. Yeah. That's the only one. That's the only one where I remember where I was. Whenever everyone talks about someone dying or this or that, it's the only one.
Yeah, for some reason, Amy Winehouse, when she died, I remember that. I don't know why I remember it, because there wasn't an Amy Winehouse fan.
Touch your real.
I remember where I was when I found out Michael Jackson died.
I couldn't care.
You're next to him in bed.
Yeah, it's like, fuck, he's OD'd. Yeah, like one of my favorite things I've seen this week is someone from ABC News sent out a notification saying that Donald Trump has spoke to has spoke to people at a rally in Georgia, saying that he's never lost an election, just days after he lost the US election. I could hear the tone that you done that, and that is genius. But yeah, getting back to Melbourne, man. Like we're back. I've got, you know, Friday I used to play this place called Booty Call, which was in Clyde. Everyone knows what that is here, I think, on King Street. And we've got a Christmas party thing, so everyone's getting back for that, which means that's probably going to start up soon. And I think an unfortunate part of this, Dave, and this is probably something we can bring up now, is that you won't be here for it.
I will not, which is very sad, because I like to think of a big part of getting Next Level to where it was, or helping it in the year just gone. And yeah, I was a part of the Ludo Thursdays as well, and getting that good. It was more focused on Next Level, and Ash was doing the Ludo Thursdays because that was more Ash's thing. But yeah, I am leaving, gentlemen, or those listening. So for those who don't know me, I actually work for Base Backpackers, the same company Isaac works for, and I've worked for them 3 years or so. And they have just gave me the opportunity to move to Magnetic Island. So I'm going up there and continuing my career there. Which Magnetic Island, we always started this podcast about trying to increase tourism and to Australia. That was one of our anchor points. Magnetic Island, for those who don't know, I seriously recommend that you look it up. There's a cool little video that some guys who stayed at base did on the island. And they did this little promotion video, and it's a very tropical island in the northish area of Australia, the northwest, an area
east,
sorry, Queensland, and it's off the coast of a town called Townsville, and it never really gets cold there. They have dry seasons and wet seasons. They don't really have winter. It's an absolute tropical paradise. And the company me and Isaac work for, and JJ, you've done a lot of DJing for the company as well.
Yeah, I've done a few things for the company.
They own a property on the island, and I fully recommend, if you're ever thinking of coming to Australia, you need to go to Magnetic Island. Hopefully you'll see me there.
And you will get a discount if you
you say the Three Schooners get a free egg bomb on entry, Dave guarantee until the end of time.
The island is beautiful. Me and Elise first went up there, took Elise there for a holiday, and we stayed in a private room. And the private room is, I always describe this to people, which is why it's such a great property, is like you wake up in your bed and then you've just got like glass double sliding doors in front of you. But if you're lying down in bed, all you can see in front of you is the ocean. You can't see any beach or rocks or anything like that. It's just your bed and the ocean and the sun rising and setting, and some tropical landscape in the distance. Now, it's only if you sit up in your bed, you see the beach and everything, but it's incredible. And the nightlife there is insane. So I'll probably be doing DJing and pool parties and whatnot on the island. So that ain't the end of my DJ career. But for my Melbourne nightlife promotion, doing events, and a lot of events I did with bass as well. Yeah, it's sadly an end to all that.
It is.
But it's not the end to the podcast.
It's not the end to the podcast. We've still got the podcast going. And it's
doing it from Maggie.
Yeah, we're excited that you're going to do it, man. It means we can keep doing the podcast. Also means that we can come visit you, gives us an excuse to go see places.
Yeah, to do one live from Maggie would be outrageous.
I mean, the three of us and Maggie, that can only.
We're not going to do a podcast with
No, we won't. It would be absolutely terrible. I'm
going to make sure we do. I'm going to make sure, but we'll all be in different little rooms.
Yeah,
that'd be
shout out, and I just want this to be immortalized though on the podcast. Shout out to Kevin Zapatanino, Jack Fantini, Alex Hill, Danny Lawrence. They were the four horsemen that made it kind of happen. And Danny Lawrence suggested my name and to go up there for the role, and the other guys backed me and made it happen, and put me in touch with the right people. And then obviously there's people higher up like Tom Cooney and all that who give the go ahead, but Thank you very much if you're
Little
listening,
do they
gentlemen.
know that 3 of the 4 fucking horsemen are all Jack members. You got the insider fucking typical government bullshit. Got the fucking inside. Yeah, hire our guy. Our guy's good, I swear. Fucking
Jack, for those listening,
bullshit.
Jack is our little
No, we don't need to go into that.
our little friendship group that we call.
I'm not part of. I'd just like to point that out. Anyway, I've not done my bit of news for this week.
Do your bit of news.
Guess where we're going back to, ladies and gentlemen? Namibia. We're going back to Namibia.
No way!
Here we are. Someone has won an election in Namibia.
Did you plan this?
May have, may not have. Someone has won an election in Namibia. I will give you one guess to the man's name, and if you get it right, Akon. That's racist. Okay.
How is that racist?
Not even
He's
from
a
Namibia.
politician.
Not from
I
Namibia.
don't know where he's from.
Okay. Go for it, Isaac.
I don't know anyone from Namibia.
Racist.
Racist.
I don't want to say anything, so I can't be racist.
Coincidentally, the name is also quite racist. A man named Adolf Hitler has won an election.
You're taking the piss.
I am not taking the piss. His
What
actual name.
position?
His actual name is Yunona Adolf Hitler. He is 54 years old and was elected as a local politician for the town of Umpunja. I'm going to think that's how that's pronounced. Yeah, man named Adolf Hitler has won an election in Namibia at 54 years old.
I love how it's like, learn from your mistakes, learn from history. And then it's just like, I'll name a child Adolf Hitler. No, don't do that.
Surely he changed his name. Surely.
What he has said, though, is that he has no plans to take over the world.
Oh, that's nice.
That's nice.
That's always good.
I'm
for
pretty
local
sure.
politics.
Said no politician ever.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure Adolf Hitler did set out to take over the world. I think a bit of power got in his head, and yeah, he got a bit carried away.
So yeah, I just thought I'd end the podcast.
Have you ever listened? There was a YouTube video I watched. And it was like how Adolf Hitler became Adolf Hitler, and like even his upbringing, it sounds like the upbringing of a supervillain.
Yeah.
Yes, I think
I used to argue in class.
Yeah, go.
You go. Oh.
Okay. So I think his dad, and you can double check this. I think I'm very correct.
I think his
when I say
dad
that.
hated him or something. Didn't he?
His dad wrote to the Pope to ask permission to fuck his 14-year-old niece.
Yeah, it's something weird.
think
Oh
that was
no,
it.
no.
But
Or
did he
didn't
get
Adolf?
permission?
Yeah. The Pope said, yeah, that's fine.
Oh, fucking come on, mate. Saint.
Adolf Hitler's dad wrote
Whatever
to
his
the
name
Pope to fuck his 14-year-old niece. I think you guys
At
keep
least he
talking.
asked.
I'll check that one. I'm pretty sure I'm
Right.
correct.
So in school, I had to study power or something in one of our English classes, and we did this big thing about power. And I argued tooth and nail to my teacher that Adolf Hitler was one of the most powerful and greatest leaders ever. Not great in a positive sense, but great in he wanted to achieve X, Y, Z and fucking did it. Like you can't discredit the fact.
What you're saying is, I know what you're saying, and we're not going to get into it because it's a very controversial topic, but the man convinced the country to.
Exactly. And my teacher could be like, no, he's not. He doesn't have good leadership skills, whatever. I'm like, but he does.
What he did was, and we're not condoning what he did. It was absolutely terrible.
It's fucked. It was so fucked. It was horrendous.
But yeah,
If it happened.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm joking.
Anyway, stop it.
but yeah, double checked. See, there's a whole thing.
Definitely happened, by the way. Just saying, definitely happened.
There's a whole thing where there's people that debate who Hitler's real dad was. Either way, it's either whatever guy it was either their half niece or his first cousin once removed.
Oh yeah.
So
right.
he wrote to the Pope though.
Sounds like a bit of incest.
Yeah. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, back to the studio.
Why do we do this?
Every fucking time.
get a few beers.
You do not know the amount of times that I've had to edit the word Wincest out of this podcast from my
Right, that's absolute bollocks. And we're not editing anything out. I've had 1.5 beers. I have enough judgment to say everything we said is all right. But before we end, I just need to say
we're
that
very highbrow.
this episode was sponsored by Ackland Cellars. So they do actually, in fact, give JJ a discount. And the fact that I've said it makes it fact. Therefore, JJ, next time you go, you're getting a discount.
So guys,
know we plug them, man.
When you guys put this out on social media, please tag away, message them, do whatever you can. I want that discount, even if it's like $5. I want that discount.
And if you go in and mention the Three Schooners, they'll give you $1 off anything you buy. So I think go in and mention the Three Schooners sent me here.
I love how they haven't even agreed to this.
Oh no! But anyway, if they get bugged enough, they'll be like, "What's this Three Schooners thing?" And then Dave will tag them, and then he'll put 2 and 2 together. And
we should probably plug them. Maybe like because they'll listen to the whole episode and go, "All you did was say JJ needed a discount." They are actually a very cool bottle shop, which get very extravagant beer.
They have all the beers you could ever ask for.
If you want
for Scottish people, they've got Buckfast, they've got MD 2020, anything you want. I do not mind giving these guys money. MD, Mad Dog 2020.
Yeah.
Not that MD. But yeah, I do not mind giving these guys money because they are actually fantastic guys, and whatever you need to find in the shop, they'll go out their way to make sure they have it for you.
Yeah, I went in there and we were having like a nice dinner for our anniversary, me and Elise, and I was like, I just need to get like a nice bottle of wine, and they were like, what are you eating and shit like that. Mate, they bought me a bottle of wine. It was, they didn't buy me, the recommended one.
Great service. They bought
and it was incredible. It was fucking incredible. Yeah. Then the next time, because it was so good, I bought that bottle of wine again, but I was having a different meal. And I was like, this just tastes like everything else I've ever tasted. It's because they listened and they lined up what wine would work with which food, if you know what I mean. And that way they made the wine taste different. It was fucking incredible. You know what?
That was an actual good plug for them, to be fair. Like, that was actually pretty good.
So I want fucking discount as well, boys. It's all right. You don't have to worry. I'm moving away soon, but I still want it before I go.
Right. Okay. Let's wrap this up because I've got to fucking edit this. Then I've got to go to Kmart or Coles or some shit.
You've always got to go to Kmart.
Constantly going to Kmart.
Last time you went to Rush, I've got to go to Kmart.
Good places to be.
Kmart.
Listen, I've got to get a draft excluder.
A what?
A draft excluder. It excludes drafts.
Names in there.
Not the game. The wind.
Anyway,
I'm going home.
Oh, is that the thing that goes underneath the door?
Yeah.
Fucking hell. A draft excluder.
What do you call it? We're in Australia. Sorry. So
call it a
fucking snake. Of course.
How do you get drafts? You live in a high rise. You live in a high rise apartment where the windows are shut.
Please tell me you're not that stupid.
It's high. The winds are higher up there.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter how. It doesn't matter.
I've seen his flat. No, you're making me sound shit. I've seen your flat. You've got a big sliding door and you keep it closed.
Yeah. Right. So if you seal a room perfectly, Dave, that's called a problem. You don't want that. Yeah. So let's leave that.
This beer is great.
Yeah, fucking smashing. You'll end up fucking south of somewhere with Isaacson. So
session ale with fruity flavors and a moderate bitterness.
I don't get them at Ackland Street Cellars because they're not good enough.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
but that's fair. Very
well,
fair.
ladies and gentlemen, it's been an exciting week for us all. Melbourne's back. We can do all these different things again. Trivia and things like that it's happening every Thursday down at Lost and Found. Hopefully, we've got some announcements next week for other events that are going on. It's a goodbye from me. Guys, and you got, so the thing is, I've got to say bye, and then one of you guys say goodbye.
Oh yeah, no, my internet froze there, so I was like, please, he's gonna say something, and then I'll come back, and we'll all be sitting there blankly. Yeah, internet, yay!
Just say goodbye, Dave.
Yeah, goodbye.
It's a goodbye from me, and I just want to remind you that south of somewhere is where it's got to be. Good night, everybody.
I've got 2 hours and 40 minutes to edit this.
No one cares.
Bye.